There is an update for the TidRadio H3. This is the green one. I have 3 of the green, 2 of the black, and a couple of the H8, and I've had no issues with it. I have tried all the various firmware. I know some have mentioned that they lost their transmitter. It wouldn't transmit. Judging from what I've seen on the videos, I think some of the cases it was ruined or destroyed by firmware update. Not the firmware, but the method that they used. For example, this cable here, I know the instruction says push hard. Unfortunately, if you push hard enough and bend the frame, you're going to short something out. So normal plug-in should be sufficient. That's what I've always done, and I never had no issues. Now, when you update, I'm just going to plug in. I'm going to plug this in. There you go. Just normal pressure. Okay. Now I'm using the TidRadio cable radio. I've seen issues where people couldn't do the firmware updates because they had issues with the driver, or they had issues with their cable that they were using. I never experienced none of it if I stick to standard cabling. And of course I have an adapter because I'm plugging into a USB-C, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, it's all plugged in. To get the latest firmware, go to TidRadio.com. There's a programming menu, software. Select that, log in, and once you've logged in, this is what you will get. Scroll down. I use the H3 Unlock, which is this one right here. Okay. That's the wrong one. Let's go back. I thought I hit the H3. Okay, where are we? There. That was the H8. By the way, September 9th or something of that sort of a couple years ago, no update. And I experienced no issues. Okay. There we go. Now we hit the right one. And you hit download. There she goes. I've already downloaded it, opened it up, and installed it. I recommend if you had a previous version, run the installer. There may be an update to the programs that you will use for the firmware. Okay, it will be there. Firmware update. And there's the application setup. And they have 2 versions in here, 817 and January 110. This is the one I used. Okay. Okay. Oops, looks like I got background noise. Okay, I had an interruption, so I had to pause. Let's start by opening right software. Downloads 250110. That's the one we want. And I'll grab the radio. I'm going to use this one. Just plug in, normal, don't overpress. Okay, radio is turned off. I'm going to hit the start. Oops, I gotta select the port because I just plugged in. Hold on. There we go. Now hit start. I hold this button down and I power off, and at the bottom here, right over here, you'll see a bar. The minute you see it happening, just let go. That's all. Okay, I have several of these radios, and I'm going to update all of them. I just simply power off, unplug, grab the other radio, plug in, hold the button down, power on. There you go. You don't have to hit end, only when you're finished doing all the firmware updates. Okay, I'm done. So hit end, it restarts, power up. I have not noticed anything different. I did take a quick look through all the settings. If there is a change there, I could have missed it, but nothing noticeable. I'm thinking it's more of a firmware bug fix from previous versions, perhaps. I certainly have no issues. We use it ice fishing, RV, camping, you know, even hiking. With a group, they may be about 10, 20, 30 feet away. But you want to talk to them. They can't hear you. They have to stop and wait for you to walk up. With one of these radios, the walkie-talkie, you have communication, no shouting or screaming. What's nice about having radios like this, it is possible that one can lose cellular service completely. Some sort of disaster or whatever. At least you can have communication. I have enough units to pass it to different family members to maintain communication during emergency. So, and depending on your license, you can get similar radios that will do the same thing. GMRS, FRS radios, you don't have to have a ham radio operating license. I have one, so I have a combination of both. Picked up some GMRS radios for the family and for those who are not licensed, so this way no violation or breaking the law occurs. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Again, even though we do have ICOM radios of all sorts and different brands, we have different purposes, so that's why we have different radios. If I have to lose one, I certainly prefer to drop an H3 down the lake than an ID52 ICOM. So for roughing, it's perfect. We love it. And it works, so we have no issues with it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. By subscribing or thumbs up, both even, it encourages me to continue on. So please subscribe if you haven't. And thank you and have a nice day. Oh, one more thing. Too quick. While you're at it, you might as well try this program. Okay, I've got the port and I'm still plugged in, so let's hit read. Read, no password involved. I find that this program seems to save and update way better than using Chirp or some other software that's out there. I find I upload, do a read, make a few changes, and then there are settings I gotta change all the time. With this one, I never had to do that. And it gives you everything that you need. Okay, you have the machine info. Gives you the range 108 to 136. Okay. And then you have optional features, squelch settings, timeout, sync, and whatever you want to call it. All the various key push buttons that you can set up. Yeah, like Game 5. And we also have the A and B VFO settings, power, bandwidth. There you go. What I find is that you make changes, save it. It works. FM. I got the FM stations in there. Okay. And we have, okay, I have not used this at all. I had no need for it, I guess, but it's there. Kill and stun, I don't know. It works and doesn't seem to work sometimes. Okay, maybe that's one of the firmware bugs. And what else? Okay, let's write. Do I have a... Okay, let's use the write button. Right. And whatever I saved here, that's what it will be. So when I'm doing a firmware, this is a good time to make any changes that Chirp or some other program has failed to do. In case you're not aware, there is a link on this site information. You can get a 10% discount. I have the link there, so just by clicking it and using the code SimplyOffGridLife, all one word, for a 10% discount on any of your purchases. It's a one-time deal, so buy whatever you want all at the same time. Take care.